Sports Story is my favorite segment of the week. This is where we just talk about some sports things going on here in San Diego, California. Joining us in studio for the first time, Brian Hershman. Now, you're the founder of Top Gun Basketball Academy and Indy Hoops. Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So you got a pretty good story. First and foremost, for those who don't know, tell us about Top Gun and Indy Hoops.
So Top Gun Basketball is a basketball academy. The main things that we do are tournaments, leagues, camps, and clinics. And we're in our 8th year now here in San Diego.
Where's your passion come from? Former ball player?
Yeah, so I grew up here. I went to Scripps Ranch High, ended up going to University of Arizona because I wanted to learn from, they had a great basketball culture there. I always wanted to be a coach. So that coaching was my original passion. So as I went through that and learned from mentors and Lute Olson and guys, Hall of Fame coaches. So I came back to coach at my alma mater, and that's how it kind of started for me. But then I got really passionate about really the middle school and the high school kind of grassroots development of basketball and the foundation part of it.
So you guys got an invitational coming up this summer.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So yeah, so we always have things going on. We have a year-round league. So every Saturday we've got multiple games going on at Miramar College or Canyon Crest High School. But yeah, we have 2 tournaments in June. We have 5 tournaments here in San Diego through the year. And we enjoy bringing great teams to San Diego. I always thought, why do we need to go elsewhere to these other places? We said, people want to come here, so let's bring the best teams here so we can play them.
So where do the teams come from? Explain how the teams are comprised.
So for club basketball, it's pretty fascinating. It's like pretty much anyone can start it. A lot of times it's a dad that has a kid or something like that. Yeah. They just want to form a team. And
so you got your high school team, your JV teams, but this is taking outside of high school and club leagues.
Yeah, so we don't really deal as much with like high school and CIF. Ours is club basketball is, in other sports like, for example, soccer, club is almost more, you don't really play high school soccer if you're really good. You play club. That's more important. And that's how it's starting to become in basketball. It's a little bit late. So we're more about club, where it's this competitive travel, year-round type of thing. So that's more of where we deal with these. And there's, in San Diego, we have one of probably the most thriving youth basketball economies in the country. There's hundreds of club teams to pick from and choose from.
You've been identified as the best guy to talk to about the emergence of basketball in San Diego, per David Frecker.
Okay, yeah,
who's
like
got the Sports Dominance blog that's got all thousands and thousands of followers. Yeah. But tell us about just the emergence of basketball in these different club levels.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm really excited about just growing up here and what the profile was for San Diego basketball. It wasn't very respected at all. It was kind of like, it was all about LA, and San Diego was not really a thing. And so now you fast forward to now, which I'm really proud of. Even if we had a small contribution to it, I went to McDonald's All-American game in Chicago. We had 3 players in one class from San Diego there. Two of them. That's
legit.
And
those are the best in the country.
Right, and it was also funny because Chicago is seen as one of the best. They didn't even have one, and it was in their hometown. So we had 3, 2 of them which came through Top Gun basketball. So I was excited to see them, and all these players grow up. So having 3, we had 1 last year and one, a couple potential for next year. So you're talking about a dead period of like 10 years without us even having 1. And now we had 3 in 1 year. So it kind of says San Diego basketball.
These players, though.
Well, I mean, the first one is, Jalen Hands, who's going to UCLA, going to be the point guard there next year. He came, he came to my program, and I coached him 7th and 8th grade. He was the shortest guy on the team, but within
going to be a freshman at UCLA.
At UCLA,
wow.
Yeah. It was just at Foothills Christian this last senior year. Within a couple minutes, I was just like, he was the shortest guy, but I saw, like, this is the best basketball player I've ever seen. I can't believe that there's this player here in San Diego. So it's fun to really watch him. And then, I've had other players to our program, like Reed Farley from La Jolla High School. He got a full scholarship to Harvard. So we're right at that point now where we're watching a lot of the players that have come through the leagues. And so, yeah, we really just what we're about is we just really like people that are really aspirational and want to play at a high level. And it doesn't matter where they are now. So when we have our summer camps and our, the young guys there, it doesn't matter where they're at now. If they have the goals to really take basketball serious and really want to love the game, then we have a place for them.
You fast forwarded us to here. Where do you think we'll be in 3 to 5 years here as a city?
Well, I mean, I'm probably not as optimistic in some ways, because I think that class that we just had was once in a maybe lifetime.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be, what I think is we're going to have more depth in the class. As long as, we've only had like 3 or 4 Division I players each year. I'd like to see like at least 10 for this type of city. And what my dream is to bring a world-class facility here. I think that's what we're missing. 3, 4, 5 court. We don't have it, and up in Orange County, they're building them every week. So that's what
how can our audience connect with you? I'm sure we got a lot of families or kids that play up and coming. How can we connect with you and find you?
The best way is, social media, Top Gun B-Ball, our website, topgunbball.com. We have 7 summer camps coming up this summer, so we'll have at least 500 kids there. We're trying to get to 750 is our goal. So
awesome,
topgunbball.com. And then if I may talk about one more thing, my other company, IndyHoops.com, Indy World Championships in San Diego. We bring we're trying to crown the top 8th grade team in the world. So that's more of not a San Diego thing. We started it last year, and we had teams from all over the country. So we want to have like a Little League World Series for basketball come here to San Diego.
Awesome, man.
That's the goal.
Well, love what you're doing for the city. Love what you're doing for the sport. As a former ball player myself, it's kind of fun to watch us emerge here in America's finest city. Appreciate you coming on Sports Stories.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, coming up next, we're going to wrap up the show. The American Dream coming up.